very good afternoon to you. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. You are just in time for Newsfeed here on TV47 with me, Mothoni Minor. Starting off, Jubilee Vice Chairman David Murade was this morning grilled by the Public Investments Committee of the National Assembly over his links to the KEMSA scandal. Murade has been adversely mentioned to be linked to a company that is said to have been involved in the scandal. He, however, refuted the claims.
This is why it is important that you can be able to come and explain, all right? Because now this company...
Can you remove the mask?
No. No one is going to remove any mask. As a matter of fact, Honorable Rashid, put yours on. Thank you.
Chair, I think you need to remove Honorable Rashid out of this meeting.
Honorable Babu. Honorable Babu, I think... can the Sergeant please... now, I want this to be on record, yes. Honorable members. And I think it is only right, because now... what one company is, according to what Honorable Murade is telling us, is that this one company, and these are the words of Honorable Murade, of course this committee will have to now do a fact-finding and confirm whether this is the case. The same way his name has been mentioned and we had to call him in. We will now do this. There's a letter here. This is from a Peter G. Gadanga. It is on a letterhead. It is signed. So as much as I am forced to rule that it is a true document, we can only do that until we write to KCB themselves. That reference is made to the above matter and your expression of interest for financial partnership towards fulfillment of your local purchase order from KEMSA, and they were going to get a guarantee of $45 million, and given your good standing at KCB, we're willing to expedite provision of back-to-back letters of credit in favor of the overseas supplier. Subject to broad approval, KCB Bank Kenya Limited has relationship with all key correspondent banks globally with the exception of sanctioned countries. We await your instructions to proceed on the above. Is that the letter?
Correct. And it is addressed to?
It is addressed to Collins Bush Wanjala, who at that time was holding brief on this company as per the affidavit from Collins Bush Wanjala for another. And what what you're trying to insinuate, Honorable Murade,
yep, is
that the signatories of this account,
yes,
are other people that you feel should...
Exactly.
Okay, can
I actually want to put it in perspective in response to Mheshimiwa's question, that this company has changed hands separately.
And I'll give a brief...
It starts with Zoo and William.
You said,
here are copies where this company is then transferred to the clients of Bush Wanjala.
Please let me have a look at that.
And those are transfers.
This we are aware of. We have.
If you are aware of that, the bank then is writing to Bush Wanjala as the beneficial owner at that particular time of that company.
Yes.
And that is why I'm giving you the bank account of that Killig account.
Now, moving on, the CS of Gender, Margaret Okobia, is currently addressing the media and women leaders in the nomination of the new CJ, Martha Koome. Now, let's cross over and listen into that.
Their respective fields. To all young girls in Kenya, may this victory inspire you to pursue your dreams. Today we congratulate Honorable Lady Justice Martha Koome for shattering the glass ceiling to open skies. You will be one of the most admired Chief Justices in the world. The people of Kenya are behind you, and you can count on their support, and especially those of your colleagues, senior women in executives. I thank you.
Thank you, Madam CS, and thank you for concluding our statements of support. Now, as you know, we also called the fourth estate here very important for us in moving this agenda forward, and therefore I will quickly move the program to Liz And I urge the media, fourth estate, our very good friends, to keep on the topic that we have been on today. Any other extraneous questions, my CS is surely not able. That I can tell you that she will not be able any other political except that. I think that is a good guidance, just so that we keep the eye on the ball. Are we ready, Makami?
Yes, sir.
You okay? Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you so much. That already shows support from the fourth estate. God bless you. I think as we conclude, let me just say that I would like to call on JP Kilimo to conclude with a vote of thanks as we release everybody. Just a short vote of thanks so that we can release. Thank you again for giving us this time.
Wow, thank you very much. On behalf of the Minister of Public Service and Gender, led by our CS, Professor Margaret Kobia, this is to sincerely thank you for heeding our call to come and celebrate this first step in the nomination of Honorable
Now, on that, earlier on we had Martha Koome, who was given, Margaret Kobia, who was giving her sentiments of support to the new CJ, Martha Koome. Now, congratulations to her. Now, moving on, 3 people have died and several others injured in a road accident that occurred in Makupa, Changamwe area of Mombasa County. The accident involved a 14-seater PSV matatu and a canter after the matatu lost control, ramming into the canter. Confirming the incident, Coast Regional Traffic Enforcement Officer Peter Minor said police have begun investigating into the incident.
This morning at about 7, kuna gari 14-seater PSV ilikuwa inatoka area ya Makupa ikielekea Changamwe. Kufika Makupa Kosu ikapoteza mwelekeo na ikavuka the other side of the road. Imekutana na gari oncoming, akanta, imegongana na tukapoteza watu 3. Wenye wamejeruhiwa bado hatujadhibitisha ni wangapi, na pia cause of the accident is still under investigation so far.
Nimetoka Nairobi nabeba mzigo ya chloride. Sasa nimekuja kufika hapa nikaona Nissan inatoka kwa flyover. Inakuja kwangu, nikijaribu kuhepa ilikuwa inakuja speed singeweza, alafu nikaifikia. Kwa hivyo naweza sema Mungu amenijalia niko mzima na tanduboi wangu.
Quite a sad incident there. Now, moving on, 1 person has died and 11 others injured in a grisly road accident in Kisii town. A truck with a roller on board crashed into several motorcycles, a probox and pedestrians along the Kisii-Keroka highway near Kisii National Polytechnic. According to Kisii County Police Commander Francis Cole, who confirmed the incident, the truck was ferrying the roller towards Kisii town when it lost control. The survivors are nursing injuries at the Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital.
Hiyo gari venye imetoka hapo juu ilikuwa imetoka kwa speed nyingine yenye si ya kawaida, na ilikuwa imebeba mzigo nyingine, gari nyingine juu ya rora. Hiyo gari venye iruka hiyo pump iliruka kwa njia yenye si mzuri hivyo ikiteremka.
Tukaona kuna pikipiki zilikuwa mbele yake, zilikuwa zimefuatana karibu pikipiki hine, zilikuwa zimebeba watu. Na watu sana ndio waliumia kwa kuangalia niliona. Nikaona kuna mama mmoja ambaye alikuwa amebeba kwa pikipiki, yeye sana ndio niliona aliumia mbaya sana. Na hao wengine wanaume walikuwa wameumia kwa uso na miguu kidogo, majeraha kidogo. Lakini katika hali hiyo nikaona hao wengine walikuwa kwa gari. Hiyo gari kubwa hiyo ambayo ilikuwa imebeba rora, niliona wao waliumia lakini sio sana. Na kuna mwingine, kuna gari ilikuwa mbele yake, ilikuwa imesukumwa na hiyo gari kubwa kufikia kwa ukuta. Nikaona katika hali hiyo, tukaona kuna driver alikuwa ndani lakini hakuumia vile. Sana sana wale waliumia ni wale ambao walikuwa kwa pikipiki, walikuwa wamebeba kwa barabara.
A trailer carrying a tractor lost control, and that also, after losing control, the information I have is it ran over several borders on before it overturned, and right now we've not gone into specific details of the incident.
Moving on, more than 2,000 members of Karweti Water Project in Githunguri constituency are set to benefit with the low water bills following the installation of solar panels that will also boost the irrigation farming in the area. Speaking during the launch of this 2 million water project, its chair, Peter Mbiyu, said that the project is as a result of members' unity in which they agreed to borrow money from financial institutions to install the panels for their benefit.
Solar wakati kama sasa ambapo kuna jua ina generate above 12 kilowatts.
Naendelea hivyo tunaweza wapunguzia, lakini kwanza tutaketi na bond tuone vile maji inaendelea, ndio sasa tutajua kama tutawapunguzia hiyo bei ama ni maneno ingine tutaongeza ama hapo kama kulima na maji, kwa vile hatukuwa tunalima na maji. Lakini tukiona vile zora inaendelea na tuko na maji ya turbine, tunaweza punguzia members bei.
Now moving on, smallholder farmers in Kabatini ward of Nakuru County have benefited from a 2 million Kenya shillings program aimed at improving breeding and multiplication of indigenous chicken. The project by the county government aims at empowering farmer groups in the ward to maximize their inputs and realize optimum production, while distributing more than 3,600 improved Kienyeji chick to more than 12 farmer groups. The area MCA Pitanganga said that he will be sponsoring a bill aiming at locking out cheap import of chickens and eggs to the county in a bid to promote a local market for the farmers.
Kwa hivyo hata sisi tunataka tukue tunajitegemea na mayai yetu. Kwa hivyo tunaomba hizo restrictions ziwekwe ndio wakulima wetu waweze kujitegemea, tukue na soko huru yetu hapa, mayai ambayo ni ya hali ya juu na chakula ambazo ni za hali ya juu. Pia kule bungeni tuko na kamati ambayo ina deal na kilimo. Ningeomba chairman wao ambaye ni mheshimiwa rafiki yangu Kereitha Digirigi wa pale Subukia, nitaweza pia kuketi na yeye tujue ni jinsi vilivyo ama ni vipi vizuri ambavyo tunaweza tunga hii sheria ambayo itakuwa ni ya manufaa si kwa watu peke yake wa Kabatini, bali kwa kaunti mzima ya Nakuru na pia hata zile zingine ambazo zimeweza kutukaribia.
So kwa hivyo cost ya kuweza kumudu kuweza kulisha hivi vifaranga hapa, hii aina ya improved kienyeji inakuwa ni gharama ya chini. So kwa hivyo kila mkulima ambaye ako hapa chini kwa uwezo mdogo anaweza akaweza kulea kuku hawa.
Huu ni mradi ambao utapeleka walemavu. Kweli ni kwamba walemavu wengi wamevutwa nyuma, wengine hata huonyeshwa hawana hali ya kumiliki mali. Lakini venye MCA amefikiria kwamba kuonyesha hata nyinyi ni watu, mko na haki ya kumiliki mali, sababu hizi kuku zikienda zitakuwa ni za mlemavu mwenyewe, hii itampea nguvu hata kutafuta mali nyingine.
Now that story takes us for a short break. Please do send us your feedback at TV47 Kenya across all social media platforms. We'll be right back with more news. Do stay with us.
As the country gears up for possible BBI referendum and 2022 general elections.
As the salvos enter a too familiar territory,
William Ruto will serve his 5-year term as the deputy president.
Pundits Night is here to give you powerful, thought-provoking political commentaries.
The mountain can produce a country.
Give Moses Kuria a chance to respond. Let me ask you this. Are you not taking advantage of first my situation?
You talk about the people with the ultimate power.
Kikuyus will vote for somebody from outside their community to be the next president of this country.
We talk to the newsmakers, the opinion shapers, and the pundits.
Fair enough. I believe
As we dissect everything you need to know to make an informed decision.
Oh, hi. It's not what you're thinking. It's a cup of coffee. Coffee, movie. Together, coffee with movie. Every Sunday, 8 p.m. on TV 47, where we bring you interesting, enticing people. Well, we've concentrated on musicians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Producers.
So now I manage, because telemanagement and events management, I think was my passion.
Right about now, we want to go beyond to the counties and to other countries. Out here, let the sun stand still like Joshua time for 3 hours, but this time for only 1 hour. We bring you coffee with movie, interesting, enticing guests. Out here, tunaweza anza tuna Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru, twende Uganda, Magufuli Land, TZ, you never know. It is coffee with movie. Jua unaweza enda sasa.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku. Pata offers zote mahali pamoja ili uongeze zaidi, utume SMS zaidi na ubrowse zaidi.
Wewe usijali. Tuma namba ya kila supplier kwa hiyo soko. Nitajob nitaongea na kila mmoja wao.
Very good. Piga *444 hash utunukiwe Credo double.
Welcome back to Newsfeed here on TV47 with me, Muthoni Maina. Now moving on, Parliament is for the second day debating the constitutional amendment bill. Sharp divisions were witnessed during the morning session where MPs allied to Deputy President William Ruto are however opposed to the bill, which they say will burden Kenyans.
I came from the local government. We were receiving small money called Latif, and that Latif really changed the areas where councillors used to work well to enhance the development of the people. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the CDF money now, the CDF money has really improved development in all areas in Kenya today. In each constituency, if you walk around, you'll see a signboard of money, a project which has been done by CDF money. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, the Constitution, if you look at clause 11, also talks about how the people messing with the public money are going to be penalized. Therefore, if the money for counties increase from 15 to 35%, Mr. Speaker, the issue of inclusivity is going to be realized. The inclusivity in the sense that each and every area, be it in Turkana, be it in Mombasa, be it in Migori, be it in Baringo, each Kenyan is going to enjoy the fruits of the cake in terms of development. Mr. Speaker, as well, I want to talk about clause 54 on ward development fund. Currently, at its stands, the ward reps are at the whim of the governor. If you are not singing, a good tune which the governor entertains, your area is not being allocated money. But now, moving forward, Mr. Speaker, each ward rep will receive 5% of the total amount money allocated to their counties. Therefore, it means, Mr. Speaker, that each area, each village will receive money from the national government, through county government, through ward development fund. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the same clause, which is going to amend section 207A on Ward Development Fund. With Ward Development Fund enshrined in the Constitution, the MCAs will do their oversight role because they'll be able to pinpoint areas where the governor is not doing well without necessarily being punished for doing that. Mr. Speaker, I'll also speak to clause 51. Clause 51. Mr. Speaker, the same clause talks about clause 63. this is where of my interest most. The clause is trying to amend Section 237A and a creation of Youth Commission. Mr. Speaker, for the first time in the history of this country, we are going to create an independent commission which is going to cater for the interests of the young generation of this country. Youths forms the bigger percentage of the population of this country. But when people are discussing about development, about interest, nobody is thinking about the youth. So therefore, for the first time,
now, this is the second day that MPs are debating on the BBI bill. We will definitely have a more detailed report on that story later on in the other subsequent bulletin. Now, let's move on to where the committee is currently grilling Wilbrod Gashoka to answer to queries on his involvement with KEMSA through Kilig Limited and Entech Limited. And now, let's cross over to Parliament and listen in.
Go ahead with your line of questioning.
I just want, the client is trying to evade the question by trying to bring other side shows. Chairman, please can you guide him as such? My question was, why did you have to sell this company? Because after a week, you got this commitment. You're not answering this question, why you had to sell the company after you got that business? Because if your intent was to make business, you got business and you sold this company. If you're not acting for people, and you're not answering this one, Chairman, that answer is not coming out why the company was sold. However, I think that has to go into a record.
Well, Chairman asked and answered.
I'll tell you why. It's something that none of the members here, and even yourself, in the process of saying that, even you yourself, you're not convinced in your answer. And I'll tell you why. Because it is your own letter to KEMSA saying that you can be and you're in a position to supply goods worth of 450,000. Am I right?
Yes,
the letter you wrote to KEMSA.
That's correct.
Now let's go back this as nursery kids. All right. I'd like you to take you back. The letter that you wrote to KEMSA was on 6th of April, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. By 6th of April, you are saying that you wrote to KEMSA telling them that you can supply 450,000 PPEs. Yes or no?
Correct.
By 9th, you had already been given a commitment letter. Yes or no?
Correct.
Now you're telling us here that by 14th, between 9th and 14th is a difference of 6 days.
I want to give you a bit more information.
No, I'm just asking you, between 9th to 14th is a difference of how many days?
It's very few days. I just want to give you some more information.
Allow me first of all to give you the information, then you can be able to give me the information you have. Is that fair enough?
Fair.
Okay. So we'll allow you every opportunity to give us every information that you have. But my question is, between 9th to 14th, it is a difference of around 6 days. 5 to 6 days, if you include both days. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So in your affidavit here, the words that you have used in your affidavit is that we went ahead and issued our shares, allotted and unissued shares, we transferred them to Mr. Collins Bushwanjala. In your affidavit, you did not say that you sold them. You said you transferred them to fulfill the agreements with the company's financing partners, in bracket, Mr. Wanjala's clients. Now, this at that time made a bit of sense. But now what is not making sense is when you tell us that you chased for business for 450,000 PPEs in less than 5 days, 5 to 6 days,